Yo, what's up, guys? It's Mono's NFL. Here back with episode 2 of the podcast. And I'm gonna get straight into it. We're gonna talk about the Commanders 2023 NFL draft class. Obviously, we're a couple months past it as I'm recording this in July. But I feel like I'll give it, time to marinate and see how these players do in training camp, things like that. So yeah, let's get into it. So with our first round pick, we drafted Emmanuel Forbes. And my whole mindset going into that pick, it was either Gonzalez or it's Forbes. And as a fan, the bigger name was Gonzalez. But I really determined the fit. I knew Forbes was a really good fit for our defense, as in the zone. I know Gonzalez is more of a man corner. And going through that process, I just thought a lot about William Jackson, the corner who we paid like $42 million for, and a couple free agencies back. And he was a main corner. We tried to turn into a zone corner, and that didn't really work out. And I felt like Forbes was the best system pick. When we drafted Forbes, it was a little, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was happy, but I understood the pick, but I still wanted Gonzalez because he was projected to go top 10. But as time went on, I'm glad we got Forbes. I feel like he's a better fit for the defense. One thing that we lacked was turnovers, and that's literally what Forbes is going to bring to the defense. He's going to bring a lot of turnovers, as he led the nations in pick six. He had 6 pick sixes and 14 interceptions in total. That's the type of play that we want on our defense, and I'm pretty excited about the pick. I think he'll be a very good corner for us. So yeah, with our second round pick, we drafted Jatavius Martin, and I knew we needed a slot cornerback going into the draft. Our secondary was really bad. Our depth was bad. As you rewatch the games, the passing attack on the opposite team was destroying us. So I really like the pick of going, corners or just secondary in the first 2 rounds, because secondary is something that we need help on. I wasn't really too familiar about Martin's game, but as I watch the highlights and I read the stats and hear what people had to say about it, I really like the pick. We need a corner, we need a slot, and what's his name, Bobby McCain, he's no longer with us, so I feel like Jatavius Martin can go in there and slide in the slot. You got Forbes, you got Fuller on the outside, and you also got St. Juice, who I'm very high on. Fuller's a free agent, so we don't know how that's gonna play out. So getting really good corners in the first 2 rounds, I'm really not complaining about that. That was a good pick. So with a 3rd round pick, we got Ricky Stromberg, a center. I like this pick. I just know we needed O-line depth, and with Chase Roulier being out the past 2 years with season-ending leg injuries, center was a big emphasis. I really like the pickups that we made in free agency and the draft on our O-line. I feel like it can be better, but I feel like it's better than last season's. I'll get more in depth on the free agent signings in a different video. But I really like the Ricky Stromberg pick. He went to Arkansas. He had a few school records, and I just felt like it was a good pick. It's a little bit of a reach, but I'm not really worried about that. It just, as long as we get a good player, that's all I'm worried about. With the O-line, they can have him in the middle. I know they say they don't move Gates to the center. I feel like Gates should play guard, and Cosmo play guard, and then you have Wiley, you have Leno. But we'll see how that plays out. But I feel like it was a good pick overall. So with the next pick, we got Braden Daniels, the tackle out of Utah. Also, I felt like it was a good pick just because it was a pick based off of need. We did need O-line. He's a good player from what I read about him and what I seen about him. I didn't really do too much scouting on him. Next draft season, I definitely want to do more scouting. But it was a solid pick based off needs. I'll take it. I'm not really complaining about a pick that we need. We did need tackle. So in the 5th round, we went with KJ Henry, the edge out of Clemson. I like the pick. Dabo Swinney, the head coach of Clemson, said he was a leader. You can never have too much leaders in the locker room. With Chase Young uncertainty and his injury history and Montez Sweat injury history, you can never go bad with that many edges. I'm excited about the pick. He seemed like a good person. I'm just excited about the pick. Really good pick in my opinion. I feel like he was a good value. So in the 6th round, we went with Chris Rodriguez Jr., the running back out of Kentucky. And at first I was very confused about the pick. I felt like we had Brian Robinson, we had Gibson. I even like Jared Patterson, and we still got Jonathan Williams. I feel like those are 4 solid running backs, so I didn't really understand why we picked them. But as I watch YouTube videos going forward, not going forward, but as I watch some YouTube videos, I just did my research. This pick was the offensive coordinator pick, Eric Bieniemy. He liked this running back a lot. So, you know, Eric Bieniemy, he's a former running back, and he played the position. So I feel like, you know, maybe he'll do a good job drafting a running back. This is his guy, so he got his guy. So yeah, I mean, if Eric Bieniemy wanted him, I trust it. I know Eric Bieniemy don't have the best, pass at drafting running backs, because he did go with Clyde Edwards over Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins and DeAndre Swift, but that's the pass. I'm not gonna really worry about that. This Chris Rodriguez pick, it's cool. I guess he'll be the third. Well, he will be the third. He's not going over Gibson or Ryan Robinson right now. But I guess we'll see how that plays out. So with the last pick, we did draft Andre Jones, the defensive end from the Raging Cajuns, and I mean, he was just a defensive end. We needed defensive end, especially depth. We had Casey Toohill, and it just, you don't really want them guys starting. I mean, Toohill did fine, but you want competition there. We didn't really have a lot of competition there, in my opinion. Injuries really hit us bad. He's very experienced. He spent 6 years with the Raging Cajuns, and we'll just see what he can do. The 7th round pick. And yeah. So overall, I'll give this draft, I would say, like a B minus. I felt like we should have left out with a linebacker, but we really do run 1-2 linebacker sets, and they trust Jamin, I guess, and especially the linebacker we picked up from the Seahawks. I guess there really wasn't a need to draft a linebacker. They really trust those two. Cody Barton, the guy we just signed in free agency. But yeah, I did want a linebacker. I also wouldn't have minded the tight end. But I don't know. I would say a B minus. Obviously, you can never really grade a draft class so you really see them play in a couple years down the road, see how their careers pan out. But this draft class wasn't bad at all. I like the few guys we picked. My favorite pick from this draft class, I'll probably say, is Emmanuel Ford, just because he's a very great system fit. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you for listening, especially if you made it this far. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, peace out, guys.